All right, now we want to talk about representing data, tally charts, and frequency tables. Now, tally charts is a simple way to count frequencies of data when we're using tally marks. Now, each occurrence of a particular value is usually represented by a vertical line, right? Every fifth occurrence, you will draw a diagonal line through it. So we know that's a group of 5. So this is what it looks like. Let's just say, for example, we have the number of pets owned by 10 students in our class, and we want to create a simple tally. Now, looking at the data like this, it's not very useful, right? Because we have repeating data values. So we go through each student's data, we add one tally mark for each occurrence and count the number of tally marks to get the frequency. So for example, if we look at students with 0 pets, there's 1, 2. So we put a stroke for each occurrence. So the frequency of a student having no pets will be 2. For 1 pet, 1, 2, 3, we're going to put 3 strokes there. For 2, you get the idea, 1, 2 strokes. 3 will be 1 stroke, 4 will be 1 stroke, 5 will be 1 stroke as well. So 1, 1, 1. Now, an important thing to check every time you do this. Now, the frequency, the total frequency, should always be equal to the total number of observations you are making. You are observing 10 students and the number of pets that they own. So if we add this up, we have 2 and 3 is 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, the symbol for total frequency is written like this. It's a funny shape E that we call sigma, right? It's a Greek letter of F. This means the sum of all the frequencies. That's what this sigma F means. Is equal to 10. And it must match the total number of observations that we started with. All right? Now, frequency tables are tables that organize data into categories or intervals and show often each occurs. Now, frequency tables could include, for group data, class intervals. Remember, we were talking about group data in another video. Frequency, this is going to tell us the number of times it occurs. And then there's another column that we'll look at in a short while called the cumulative frequency. Now, for on-group data, like for example, scores in a small quiz, if we have these values 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, because they are repeating values, we could create a frequency table, which is similar to the tally chart, more or less the same thing. We just didn't include the tally column here. We are looking at each of these scores. Students could score anywhere between 1 to 5, and we are seeing, or we are noting how often each one of these scores occur. So for example, the score of 2 occurred twice. So the frequency is noted as 2. The score 3 occurred 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So we record the frequency as 3. 4 was twice. 1, 2. We record the frequency as 2. And 5 occurred 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And we record our frequency as 3. Now we could do the same thing with group data. With group data, what we are doing is we are creating class intervals, right? Or classes, as you would call them sometimes. We are looking at anybody that made or had scores within this particular grouping or range, 0 to 4. So any number that lies between 0 to 4 will fall in this particular class. So for example, 2 is going to be in that class, 3 is going to be in that class, 4 is included there, 3 is included there, 2 is included there, 3 is included there, 4 is included there. All right? So we have 1, 2, 3, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 should be inside of here. Add a little error inside of this. So just mark these out. And we will do them now. Right? So we check in. Anything that lies between 0 to 4. Yeah? And then we're doing anything that lies between 5 to 9. So 5 to 9, we have 1, 2, 3 here. We have nothing 10 to 14, 0. Nothing 15 to 19, 0. I think I'm missing some stuff from my data set here. We have 20 students and I'm seeing much less marks. Let me see what happening here. All right, we improvise. Let's create our own data set. So we're gonna make up a data set, right? We'll ignore this here for now. Seems to be an error on my document. And we are going to create a data set. So let's say we have so much 5 so far. Five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 plus 15. Right. So this is the data set we use. And we want to use the same approach. And record it. So we're going through anything that lies between 0 to 4. So usually when I'm doing this, I'll grab my pencil and as I go through, I'll cross out. So this will go in 0 to 4, 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 0 to 4. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Then we're doing 5 to 9. Anywhere between 5 to 9. So we have 1, 2, 3. Anything else? 4, got 9 here. Good. Then 10 to 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 15 to 19. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Looks like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you always check to make sure that when you complete a frequency column like this, that the sum of all of these values is equal to the number of observations that you have, just to make sure that you didn't miss anything. So 7 and 4, that's 11. 11 and 5 is 16. 16 and 4 will give me 20. So I know that I use everything in my data set. Everybody understand how to do this? Just give me a thumbs up if you do. Right? Now, sometimes using a tally column would be a quick visual reference for your frequencies. Always check your totals. The sum of the frequencies must always be equal to the total data points or the total observations. Group data, the intervals should not overlap, right? So they should be distinct. So like we had 0 to 4, then 5 to 9, then 10 to, right, 14, then 15 to 19. There's no overlap. There's a clear distinction. All right, so now I want you to try this one for me. Complete tally chart and frequency column for this data. We have already listed the numbers here. You're just going to do the tally and the frequency. Yeah? Try this for me quickly. All right, folks, so let's continue. We're looking at completing the tally chart. 2, how many times 2 appearing? 1, 2, so I do 2 strokes for this. All right, 2 here. 3, we have 1, 2, 3. So I do 3 strokes here. And then 4, 1, 2, 3, 3 strokes here. And then 5, we have 1, 2. 2 strokes here. And then you always check to make sure that you have the same number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 data values or data points. 2 and 3 is 5, and 3, 8, and 2, 10. Yeah? Let's look at 2 other questions. A teacher records the number of books read by 12 students in a month. Complete a tally chart and a frequency table. So I want you to do this for me where you have the columns can be number of books read. You do a tally column from in the middle, and then you do a frequency column here. And this is what your table should look like. Then question 3, group data. The scores of 25 students are recorded below. Right, this look like I have 25 here. So you're gonna complete the frequency table, right? Now you may want in your book to create a little tally column and if that makes it easy for you, right? And that might help eliminate making any errors. Right, tally column you run through. Every time you see a value that fits between 0 to 4, you give yourself a stroke so that way you can easily work out what your frequency is. So maybe adding on a little tally column here might go a long way in keeping it easier for you to do. All right, so we can add for me and then we check the answers.